One of the hardest things for me, I don't know how this works for you guys, but the hardest thing for me is to be patient with things that happen in my life in their own timing. And this is an essential concept to grasp for this work. That when you are willing, first of all, when you're willing to see that every event is in your life has a fullness in its own right, and it has to play itself out because it builds the foundation for your next experience, which then builds the foundation for the next experience. So one of the greatest gifts you can give yourselves is to take a deep breath, step back, and relax. Everything is happening in the perfect timing. Whenever you're in the moment or in your heart space, this truth resonates. But when you're visiting your egoic mind, that's not the message you hear. We want things to happen now, whenever we see it, or maybe that's just me. But what happens when you're willing to be patient is that you can actually be present with what's going on and get the most out of every moment. The other thing that's really messed up is that if you're not patient, you have no timing. When you're impatient, just feel the energy of this for a second. Let's just make this fun. Say you have somebody that you want to talk to about something that's been bothering you, some communication issue that you've got. If you're impatient, which means you've listened to your head about how it should go and how right you are and all these other things that come up in that, you don't have the timing necessary to communicate. Because patience with the whole process lets it unfold. And so that when you're in the present moment with it, your timing is impeccable. You know what to say, how to say it, because it's just an automatic flow. If you're in impatience or any other aspect of the ego, there's no timing. You say the wrong thing, you show up at the wrong place, it happens all the time. Meanwhile, when you're impatient with yourself, what happens to your inner peace? It's a thing of the past. To have yourself be in a state of peace, allow yourself to understand that everything is perfect the way it is. It may not fit your pictures, but it's perfect. And in letting go of that, when you're willing to embrace, oh, this is perfect, what happens to you energetically is that you're open to getting the message. If you're suffering about it, if you're in resistance to it, you don't get the message at all. You're too busy trying to get out of where you are, which we all know by now doesn't really work well. So I would encourage that you practice patience and see what happens to your timing. Namaste.